Hey everyone, welcome back to Retro Gaming Ledger. It's been a few days since I did a video and I thought it'd be about time to get something new posted. I'm going to go over a couple things. I found something very interesting out on GameStop. It looks like they added new inventory, at least to their online section. I saw new game listings in the retro section for Xbox 360. I looked at Xbox Original, I didn't see anything, but on 360, new titles, and I don't know if the games got shipped directly to store and then they posted on their website on the marketplace, um, because I did see a few of these titles in store at my local store, and then I went online and then I saw that they updated with these new titles with the listing. So I don't know if they updated their system, they just needed some time, but there are new Xbox 360 games on that searchable marketplace list, and they weren't there before. So they are letting you know that these games are at specific stores, which I think is interesting, that they've cataloged those new games. So I'm also going to go over some pickups I had. Of course, are running the 4 for $10 incredible deal. If you think about it, it's $2.50 a game if you pick up 4 games that are under $5. So I went to my local GameStop and I found games that I didn't have and that had mostly had box art, and I mean it's a steal. I mean even for a loose game for $2.50, it's a steal. $2.50, especially with the gaming. Obviously, we all know the retro gaming market is exploding in value every day. We look at so many charts and they just keep going up. So let me go over with some of the games that I did pick up for $2.50 each, which is crazy. Let me put this on right here so you can hear me. First game, Too Human. We got the box art, manual, disc. $2.50. See the $4.99. If they keep running this promo, I'm gonna keep taking advantage of it. They might as well be giving away the games. They should be giving away the games. Command and Conquer, Siberian Wars. Another. See, this is interesting. This was marked at $6.99. I guess they lowered the price on this one. I don't know why. They just want to get rid of it. But it's a $4.99 game. Got it for $2.50. No manual. That's okay. I got the box art and disc. Not not too bad. Um, this one was interesting. Cool RPG. Dragon's Dogma. $2.50. It's got the here manual and the disc. Pretty cool. And this was an interesting case right here. They didn't have a empty case for Beowulf. I really wanted this game, and I got to the point where I'm like, I'll take the loose for $2.50. And they're like, do you want this MLB case with that? And I was like, yeah, why the heck not? It's an extra case. I got art. I don't know. It's actual game art. So, um, yeah, I picked it up. Why not? I just wanted the disc. I was all in the case. I take this art out all the time and just replace it with other things. You know, I don't. If I get another game art or something, maybe I find a loose version of this and I can replace it. It kind of it doesn't phase me. I'm like, all right, yeah. So that was my pickup. $10. $10, 4 games, $2.50 a game. Add it to the collection and just build that collection. I'm just stacking games on a daily basis for as cheap as I can. And I think $2.50 is as cheap as I can possibly can do it. I haven't. I think one other time on Facebook Marketplace, I was able to pick up Xbox OG games at either $1 a piece or $2 a piece. And in one of those instances, I got Battlefront, a Star Wars Battlefront on Xbox OG, which I was blown away with that I got $1 a piece. So I was happy to get, and they all had manuals. Oh my God, such a good deal. But I don't think that'll ever happen again. $2.50, I'm ecstatic. Um, But let's get right to, I'm going to bring you guys to the GameStop website, and we're going to look at what some of the new titles are. It's very surprising to see. I've absolutely am sure that they added inventory to their online marketplace to at least tell you where, they have it or if it's at a certain store. Um, I know this because at one point the page count was at 44. It's now at 55, at least for Xbox 360. I don't know if all the other console systems, they're updating their games, are adding inventory, but they're adding inventory in 360. So if you're collecting 360 games, definitely something to check out. So let's get to it.
Okay, here we are. We are on GameStop's website. Right off the bat, we're starting from low to high on pricing. We're on the 360 section. This is the $1, $2, $3 range that we're starting off. Just common titles: Mass Effect, Battlefield 4, Madden's, Borderlands. They're all common games. I didn't see anything new in this $3 range. I am a bit surprised that there are a lot of titles that are priced at $3 that are probably going up. Assassin's Creed 2, I think, is going up. I don't know how much longer Borderlands 2 is going to be at $2.99. Mass Effect at $1.99. It's a common game. I get it, but it's a 2-disc set. So you know, given the retro gaming industry, I don't know how much longer $2 is going to cut it. I don't know if they're trying to just get rid of this inventory, but this is cheap. $2 is nothing. Um, but moving forward, Alone in the Dark is at $4.99. I'm surprised about that, actually. Uh, but yeah, here's one that I thought popped up that was interesting and new. Lost, based off the TV show, um, available, and yeah, I have some stores that are close by. Um, so that looks like a good amount of inventory got shipped out on that game. Keep looking. Let's keep going. Notice the page count. I'll show you again. Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. This wasn't listed on the online marketplace, and now I see it on here. This definitely wasn't in the $4.99 section. On all that, you can check all my other videos on YouTube, and I did not see this game in the $4.99 section. And look, lots of different places. I had noticed a couple days ago that there were some games that were obscure, and I even picked up one obscure game called Fuse 360 from I don't know, if it wasn't my usual store that I shop at. It was a GameStop that was further away, and it wasn't Fuse wasn't listed on the online portion of GameStop. So they had inventory. I don't know if they had to catalog these games onto their website to allow people to know where they are. I think they didn't provide that information in the catalog on here. So Vanquish was another one. I noticed that wasn't on here. It wasn't on this online marketplace, but now they have it listed, and they have it at $4.99. Multiple stores. It looks like 3, and I'd like to actually check the price charting on Vanquish at $4.99. Let's do a quick price check. Vanquish. Xbox 360. Let's see. Okay. Wow. A complete in box is at $12.71, and a loose price is at $9.02. So even if you get a loose with a box, you're up $4 over that $4.99 price. And if you do the 4 for 10, that's at $2.50. So you're up $7. If it's complete in box, you're up $10. So the $4.99 is quite the deal. Let me go back to GameStop. $4.99 is kind of a crazy deal for this game. I don't. It looks like a Transformer game. I'm not too sure. I've never played it. Let's look at the chart. Okay. So it looks like a slow grind. We had some peaks 2024 when the closure of the digital Xbox 360 store closed down. It looks like there was some retracement around the $10 range, but then it went back up. It went back up to $15 at one point. That was the record high 3 months ago for pre-owned. And now a retracement again, and I think that trend will continue. That retracement down to $10 peaks back up, and it'll just probably get up to this range. Maybe you might get a $16, $17 price move 6 months from now, if I were to forecast it. But it seems to have made its way at that $10 line, staying above it since 2024, the closure of the digital store. So I think that's a solid pickup for $4.99. Even if you get it for $4.99, doesn't have box art, kind of a solid pickup. Look at this. This is $5. It hasn't been anywhere near $5 in its entirety. So I would say that's a buy. That's a solid buy. I mean, I would like to pick this up, actually. Looking at that chart, I got a couple places. I might pick that up. So that was one of the games that I noticed that they did catalog on here. We're gonna keep looking. Oh, let me bring you back down to the bottom of the page. Notice the 55. There's 55 pages. Before it was like 44 or 43. It looks like they added 10 pages of new games. And if you count how many games on page, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So about 20 games per page. So about 200 new titles on, maybe less, maybe 180 new titles for 360 added to their cataloging. So they're cataloging more, which means they are appreciating retro more, and they're noticing that the market is going up for retro, or they wouldn't list what they have for sale. So they are seeing the demand for retro, and people want unique titles, and they're trying to get that out there. So very, very good. I like what I see from GameStop. There's some bad stuff and good stuff from GameStop, but this is a good thing that they're starting to add cataloging for collectors. That's very good. So I applaud them for that. Look at Jumper. That wasn't on this list. I never saw it on in this cataloging of their marketplace. Here's Jumper, $4.99. Now they don't give you any information on store pickup. That's kind of, you can't click on Find Store, but we know that they're pricing it at $4.99. So that's kind of not great that they're not telling you what the store is, but that's okay. Maybe they're going to update it later, or maybe they don't have any inventory for that game. They're just listing it preemptively. G.I. Joe actually went down in price. It was at $6.99 and it went down to $4.99. I'd actually like to look at the price chart on that really quick and do that with you. Let's see if it had a sudden drop. Not really. Not really. It's really been at that $6 range, and just it's edging up slowly. So I don't know if they're getting rid of inventory. They just have a backlog of this game. They can't get rid of it. But it's slowly, it's coiling very slowly up. Very, very slowly up. Here's another one that wasn't listed, Monsters vs. Aliens. This was not on their marketplace. Unfortunately, can't click anything. No, not available. Maybe they're getting it ready for an inventory splash that they're going to send to stores, or they're waiting for people to do trade-ins. That's a possibility. $4.99. Pretty cheap. I have not seen a lot of copies of this game, even at retro video game mom and pop stores. I have not seen this game. So let's look up price charting on Monsters vs. Aliens. I'm interested to see what that's at. Wow, $11, and it's a $4.99. Oh man, it had an all-time high of 15 in July last month. Wow, and it's been $10. It's hugging that line for a long time since 2022. Man, I don't think it's gonna stay at 5. I doubt it. if you can find this, if they ever list a store, if they have an inventory, look look at your local stores for this game. This is a solid buy if you can find it. Yeah, Activision had licensing problems with a lot of their games, and this is kind of a movie deal, so there could be some licensing issues that might push this game up in value. You'd have to do that research on your own, but I like this game. If I saw this game for $4.99 and I got a 250, I would love a loose deal. I'd be ecstatic to get a loose disc of this game. So definitely a buy. It's unfortunate I don't have the information to find a store, but for you, definitely check that one out. Let's see if we find a new one. I think Rogue Warrior was on here. I don't know if Rogue Warrior is at $6.99 or $7.99. It went down to $4.99, but that's a solid price for that game. Bethesda actually produced that game. I haven't played it, and I don't know if it's like an RPG, but I would. The fact that Bethesda's name's on it is intriguing. They, of course, did Fallout and Rage. I think they did Rage. Um, this is new. This is a Fallout 3 expansion that added Broken Steel and Point Lookout. That wasn't on here before, but it's priced at the $5 range. Trivial Pursuit. That wasn't on here. That's at $4.99. And not Shift 2 Unleashed. I don't believe that was on here either. That looks like it's new. Supreme Commander was on here. That price point is actually pretty okay. Rock of the Dead. I'm not sure if this was on here. It might have been. I'd have to go back in some videos to see. So I can't confirm that one. Let's keep going. Hour of Victory. This one was not on there. I picked this up at a local retro gaming store, and I believe I got it for. I want to say I got it for $5 or $7. I think I looked at the chart, and the chart was showing really good things, and I don't know if people bought it because there's licensing issues or it was just kind of like a bad game. It was bad. It was so bad that it was good. Let's look at the price chart of Hour of Victory. I picked it up. I saw the chart and I was like, oh yeah. Let's see. Yeah, see, the chart looks great. 1147. I mean, look at that chart. I saw this chart and I think I saw it for, I swear, I got it for 5 or 7 or something like that. But that chart looks great. Look at that. Look at that. It's a beautiful chart. It's going up slowly. It retraces a little bit. And then you get this huge peak at 13. Retraces a little bit, but it's been above that $10 range, of course, since the closure of the Xbox 360 store. And yeah, it's just a World War II shooter. And you know, $4.99. Man, even for a loose is at $8.75. You know, it's kind of a good deal, guys. It's up to you what you want to do for your collection, but it looks like they have inventory out there. Definitely something to consider. Oh, there's one of my pickups I did recently at $4.99. That I think was listed on the catalog of this website. I'm calling it a catalog because to me that makes sense. Brutal Legend's interesting because I don't know if I saw a moniker of Brutal Legend on here. I didn't see this listing on here, and I knew that my local store had it, and this was months ago. So I don't know. I think they're cataloging. Honestly, I think they have these games in stores, and unless it's you're looking through everything, I think they just haven't cataloged everything. I'm kind of leaning towards that hypothesis because I knew my local store had it because I'm kind of friends with the manager over there, and he basically lets me look and see what kind of inventory they have, and he goes, "Oh, you can pick a Brutal Legend if you want. It's a loose copy." And I didn't want the loose copy. I was like, I want the box art, but I knew it was there, and that was a month ago, month and a half ago, but they didn't list it on this listing right here. So I think they're cataloging, and I think they're updating the catalog, and I think they're recognizing that people are collecting. Here's another one, Hunted. The Demons. This was not on here. This is not on here. I have no idea what this game is. I've never seen it before. Bethesda. This is a Bethesda game. How interesting. An obscure Bethesda game. Oh, do I want to travel 24 miles for this game? I kinda. If I can get a 250, if I can get this for 250, and it's got box art, very intriguing. And it's Bethesda. Let's read the description. I'm intrigued. The Dark Ages have become corrupted. Heinous creatures have emerged from the underground. Townsfolk across the land are disappearing. Upon the promise of their fortune in gold, mercenaries Elera and Kotick must discover where their innocent villagers have been taken. Dark fantasy shooter powered by Unreal. Okay. Third person dungeon crawl with intensity, action modern day shooter. Okay. Interesting. So it looks like semi RPG shooter. Bethesda's known with Fallout for that. Two ways to fight. To fight, wade into the thick of fight, melee skills or tactical use combat. Dispatches hordes of creatures with bows and spells. So he dispatches creatures. Okay. Yeah, this looks like fantasy RPG kind of style warfare hunt and warfare really, and dungeon crawl. Okay. Interesting game. $4.99. Let's look at this up. Hunted, the Demon's Forge. It's kind of, it sounds kind of rare. Let's see. Hunter's the Demon. Oh man, I just messed that one up. Here. Hunted, Demon's Forge. Alright. Hunted, Demon's Forge. Hunted, Demon's Forge. Yeah, it's got a $10 handle. The complete box. Chart looks good. Chart looks good. It's edging up nicely. And it's got little peaks. Had a peak back in 2024 at an all-time high. February 13. Yeah, I like this game at $4.99. If you get it for $2.50, it's a steal. Especially with the loose price at $9.35. The loose price is really close to the complete price. That means demand. Yeah, at $2.50. If you get this for $2.50, it's a steal. It's a steal. Look out for this game. If you can, look out for this game. You can't go wrong with Bethesda. RPGs just do well. If you get an RPG on 360, a lot of them do so well. So yeah, that is interesting. Universe at War. That was not on here. That was not on here. $4.99. There's quite a bit of $4.99 games that got cataloged on here. I don't know what Universe at War is, but it looks like a sci-fi war type, just like a Transformer type game. I don't know. Unprecedented unit faction. Is this a real-time strategy? It might. Unique multiplayer game modes, dual layer. Yeah, it's an RTS. Massive scale units, dwarf conventional RTS units. Okay. Developed by Petroglyph, makers of Star Wars Empire at War. I don't know if Empire at War might have been a flop, but this is interesting. So it's a real-time strategy, I believe. Let's see how this game's doing. Universe at War. $7. It's, not going as well as the other games. Interesting chart. Peak in 2023, maybe at the end of COVID, and now it's descending. I mean, it's kind of descending. I don't know. This game might have flopped. We don't know. Um, it's hit $10 two times. It's kind of descending a little bit, so or plateauing, descending, whatever you want to call it. Um, it did have a peak in 2023, 3 years ago, but you know, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd pick up this game. I might not. I do like real time strategies. Sometimes they're good on console, sometimes they're not. It's kind of a mixed bag. Um, like I'll tell you what I do like is End War. Tom Clancy's End War on 360 is actually fun. The fact that it's like at 4.99 and people like kind of I don't want to say they poo poo on it, but they kind of do poo poo on it. And I'm just like, oh my god, how is this game at 4.99? I'm like rolling tanks towards the Capitol. You know, I have Apache helicopters circling around the Washington D.C. Mall. I'm like, I love this game. This is a fun game. So some RTSs are good on consoles. Some are not. They don't have good controls. Um, I think the MotoGP '08 was not on here. There's Fuse. I picked up Fuse when it wasn't even listed on this marketplace. It was, it wasn't cataloged. I just found it and I was like, huh, I've never seen this game before. I'm gonna get it, and it was $4.99. I was like, that's yeah. Um, Virtual Fighter 5 might not have been cataloged on here. Bejeweled was not cataloged on here. Brother in Arms Hell's Highway not cataloged on here. Um, Operation Flashpoint I don't believe was cataloged on here. I did pick this up. I picked up a loose version of this game at a different store where I got 4 for 10. I got this game for 250 loose. I got it loose because the chart looked really good, and this is a hard to find game anywhere you are. It's hard to find. So I was like, yeah, I picked it up. If it's a hard to find game, I don't mind getting just the loose version. I really don't, especially if it's cheap. Metro Last Light. This one was not cataloged on here. Absolutely. Let's look at the chart. Metro games tend to do pretty good, I believe. Let's take a look. Metro Last Light. Interesting chart. It looks kind of flat. The loose price is really close to the complete price at $8 and $8.56. It had an all-time high of $10 in October 2025, which isn't too far away. It's about a year away. Um, you know, it's muddling around. Is it a pickup? I mean, if you want to add to your collection, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't expect this game to shoot up to $20 anytime soon. But if this is a game that you want to play on the regular, and let's see, I don't even know what it is. There's so many games I don't know. Experience thrilling combat. Okay, exotic arsenal, handmade. It's a shooter, both human and mutant. Use stealth to launch attacks in the cover of darkness. Interesting. Okay. Post-apocalyptic world, Moscow Metro. Yeah, I've heard people rave about this this game. I've heard people they love it. Uh, so let's keep going. And yeah, I'll find one more that I haven't seen, and I'll leave it at that with you guys. I know we're only in the $5 section. There could be games in the $10. Here's another one. Kind of a rare game, and I own it, and I played it when I was younger, and I got it for, what did I get this game for? Like $7.99. I think I got this from a pawn shop, and it was like a buy one get one 50% off. And it's basically, what if then the Nazis and Japan had won World War II and they start invading Manhattan, and it's kind of like a Wolverines type situation where you have to defend Manhattan as the underground. So Yeah, a unique twist on World War II history. So yeah, pretty cool game. It's unique. You don't see it very often, and for 4.99, multiple locations. I like this game. I played it. The graphics are kind of not the best. Um, the gameplay is unique. The intro is kind of cool. You're just basically like uh, I guess like an ironworks worker building a building on top of a skyscraper, and then you see German fighters coming overhead, and then there's bombs going everywhere, and you have to get off the scaffolding, and then you're fighting. You find a gun, and you're fighting German soldiers. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun at 4.99. If you get this for 250 with the box art, pretty cool in my opinion. Let's look at Turning Point. Actually, is it Turning Point? Yeah, it's Turning Point. Fall of Liberty. Xbox 360. Oh my goodness, we had a price spike. 1352. All right, guys. I'm gonna leave it at that. Um, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys soon. Okay, take care. Bye.